Panda, how are we gonna do this intro? It's perfect. All right, from the beginning, from the top.
From the top.
All right, this is gonna be our first podcast
Imagine I just
broadcast.
start talking in Tagalog. What's up mga kababayan? Mga local pilots natin sa Quad.Pdz.
Oh my God, what is my beard itch on that bullshit? All right,
That would be sick, bro.
it would be,
You know?
and I'd
You can
respond
have
in
like
English.
hey, like, yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. All right, so topics and things. First, let's start off with an intro, right? Yeah. What are we? Well, we're podcast. Quad pods. Quad pods. Yeah. All right, all right. So I got. How do we start this? Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's the legendary Sean, and welcome back to another one of my videos. Today I am here with
Panda.
exactly, and we are Quad Pods, or AKA Quad.Pdz, right?
Quad.Pdz
Quad.Pdz, AKA Quad Pods.
at
Um,
Instagram.
at
Follow us on
Instagram.
Instagram.
Yep, you can definitely find us on Instagram. We are starting this new venture for podcasting for all of those who love FPV, RC, drones, airplanes, anything cool in the RC world where we can share our interests together and have fun discussing
Yes,
topics and
sir.
subjects and showcasing also some cool community videos from either our fans or things that we find on the internet. So let's get started. And today it's just the beginning. So I don't know. We don't have any topics, so we can start anywhere. And anywhere is, well, the sky's the limit. Let's just say that and then make it happen.
What?
Let's go. Okay, Panda,
You
shoot.
guys can comment down below anything. This is gonna be on YouTube and on Instagram. If you guys have anything else, you want to say or you want us to discuss with FPV stuff, go ahead and comment down below, or go on our Instagram, DM us, or we're gonna start posting videos, pictures, and all that crazy stuff. So just comment down below, see what you want us to talk about, and voila,
Voila.
voila, that's gonna be the thing now. Voila.
Voila. Where's my water? Hold up. Okay. Of course, these videos. All right. Of course, these videos will be edited, so we can post it without getting in trouble. Let's begin. Let's begin. What is? Let's start with a background, right? Let's start with a little bit of a background for me and Panda. So I'll write down subjects or topics, right? Topics, subjects.
Imagine we
Okay.
just invite like some random ass food,
I
just
was
be like
just
right now.
I was just thinking about that. I was just thinking about that. So topics or subjects. Let's give an introduction.
Where's Tony at?
Exactly. Introduction. Introduce ourselves. So our introduction to who we are. So I'll start. Panda, you can follow up. First and foremost, ladies and gentlemen and people all over this world that we will be broadcasting this video
All the
to.
pilots.
Yep. Oh yeah. First and foremost, to all of our pilots out there watching this podcast, I'll start off with my introduction and give you guys who I am a little bit. My name is Sean, aka the legendary Sean. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok. Ooh, TikTok. That's another topic we gotta talk about. But mainly TikTok or Instagram and YouTube. Um, I'm mainly on Instagram. I'm mainly on YouTube. TikTok, I'm not really I'm not really over there doing too much,
We're
but
gonna
I
work
will
on that.
be. We will be working on it for sure. But yeah, you can find me at the legendary Sean or at just the legendary Sean on YouTube or Instagram, or you can find me here at this podcast Quad.Pdz, aka Quad Podcast. Anyways, that's a little bit about me. Some more about me. I work at a hobby shop along with Panda. We both work at Pacific Coast Hobbies, local to our community, and it's a pretty big, small, family-owned hobby shop that has served the community strong and helped a lot of RC enthusiasts, from drone pilots, airplane pilots, helicopter pilots, RC car pilots. Damn, there's so many pilots.
Yeah.
Just anybody who's in the RC, they've been involved in that community very strongly, and I'm glad to be a part of it in some way, and at the same time, branch out and do things that we're able to do. So,
Hmm.
aside from that, what other stuff? My interests in the hobby scene, I'm mainly a drone specialist. That's my main personal hobby. I love doing things related to FPV drones. I started off flying drones. That's where my journey began. Of course, any young boy, any young lad like myself would be interested in cars. I was always interested in RC cars, but I could never get my hand on any. I
He's
had
52 years old, guys.
I
He's
am
52.
33,000.9 epically. No, I'm definitely I used to want to be involved with RC cars, but I could never get my hands on any. And then one day my dad just told me, if I'm gonna get involved in anything, just getting started with drones. And then, sure enough, here I am. I'm a drone pilot. I'm not gonna say I'm professional, but I'm pretty dang good, and I love what I do. Uh, Other than that, I don't know. Let me not hold up the spotlight too much. I'm gonna pass the mic over to Panda and let him discuss a little bit about himself, so he can give himself a little bit of an intro, and let him talk. Uh, Shoot.
Whew, got that.
Hmm.
Hi, guys. My name is Paul, aka Panda. Um, how did I get into RC? That is a good question. I like. I was into drifting first. I have a lot of drift cars. I used to have a lot of drift cars. Now I do not, because FPVing took over my whole RC, you know, experience, which is pretty cool because if you like first person view, you get to do a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, I got into it. Sean introduced me to uh, an FPV drone, which I thought it was ridiculous. I was not gonna have fun. But if you're an adrenaline junkie, for all the pilots out there, y'all know you guys are adrenaline junkies.
100%. 100%.
Yep. So that being said, I do have a lot of drones. I used to have a lot of drones. Now I only have like one or two. But the cool thing about it is with RC stuff is your mind just goes like everywhere. You get to invent things that you never got to invent, or never got to see, especially with FPV. There's multiple things going on with that stuff. But anyways, that's my background story with my RC stuff. I've been doing RC since I was 14. I'll start 14 years old with RC cars first. Um, I started with drift cars and then I got into off roads. I don't really know anything about anything off roads anymore, but drift car is my thing. And then quads, you know what I'm saying? I got me a broken quad right here, but I'm working on it. So, yeah, that's Panda for you.
And recently, Panda has became a sponsored pilot for Iron Quad. Let's let him represent Iron Quad. I will put your logo on the screen when I edit this. Iron Quad, you guys, honestly, we're trying to do some strong stuff together in the RC community for drone pilots. Hey, yo, let's go, let's go. Um, but yes, Iron Quad, we are represented by Iron Quad and Pacific Coast Hobbies alike. We're doing some strong stuff for both of them. We're trying to work together and do some things, collaborations. That's why me and Panda came together and decided to put this quad podcast together, and hopefully get involved with our strong community of pilots and RC enthusiasts alike. And other things to mention, we got a lot of good things coming. This is our very first podcast, so look out for more. Um, I don't know where things will go, but I know things will go strongly forward moving on from here. Um, we have a lot of great ideas, me and Panda. We're trying to collaborate and trying to, evolve our beginner stages into something good and hopefully something enjoyable for everybody who watches our podcast and enjoys them. As we'll try to make it as entertaining as possible for all of you to enjoy at that point. And along with that, share a lot of good memories, hopefully, with those we also invite to our podcast as well. Other things, let's talk a little bit more because I know we're still introducing ourselves. Yeah, so let's bring it back a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about our sponsorship with Iron Quad. Um, when I first started working at PC Hobbies, I immediately put my foot down and said I'm a drone pilot. I know working at Pacific Coast Hobbies, it's like a requirement for you to know things.
Hmm.
Um, because if you don't know anything about the RC environment, what are you there working for? Because you're just, at the end of the day, that's your environment. You have to get involved. You have to learn the aspects of a lot of different hobbies just to be good at what you do. But in the get go, I started off, I said immediately with my previous manager, Mike, I told him I'm going to be straight up honest. I love drones. I want to get involved with it. I want to evolve with it. I want to get stronger with it. I want to do more, learn more, and become something great in the drone community. And yeah, from there, my knowledge has branched out. Of course, I knew a little bit about RC cars. To me, RC car seems a little bit too easy. It seemed a little bit too easy to be working on, so I that's why I started off with drones because after I found out how complex it is, drone RC cars. I'm not gonna say they're too easy, but they seem a little bit more simplistic versus RC drones, for example. Drones are complicated machines. You're dealing with aviation, aircraft. You're basically dealing with military grade toys at that point when you're dealing with drones. Um, but I did learn about RC cars and how valuable they can be in the RC community, or excuse me, how valuable they are in the RC community. And
Hmm.
it's understandable that there is a big difference between staying in the air and staying on the ground, but they both share a common connection, which is the remote control aspect of things. Um, which
Yep.
which which kind of combines it more so into the future of where we're headed, which is FPV. Everything that we love involves FPV, involves our common hobbies of RC cars and drones and helicopters, planes, whatever, related to the RC environment. And uh, try not to scramble everything of what I'm talking about here. I just want to say that working at Pacific Coast Hobbies has helped me in a big way, seeing the possibilities of what's out there for enthusiasts like us. How do we get involved? How do we grow through these challenges in the RC community of trying to understand everything all at once? There you go. We got simulations. Um, we all learn through playing on our simulators. We learn about products that are in the RC world, ever-changing products, especially with the news going on about drones and all that stuff. RC cars, how incredibly advanced they've become since the beginnings from, I guess you can say, rubber band, what is it, belt driven to motorized, gas powered to now electric brushless motors, which is insane. Speeds varied from 20 miles an hour, 10 really, 10 miles an hour to 20, 30, all the way up to
To
200.
110 miles.
Yeah, 110 to 200. It's insane. The RC world has evolved to the point where now is the time for us to create a platform for our community of enthusiasts to come together and share common knowledge, and which is in itself a good, wealthy source for us to, yeah, I don't know, man, just jump in together and have fun with. But
Yes, sir.
Pacific Coast Hobbies,
Sorry.
yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
No, go, 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 go. I'm
Nah.
flying. That's why I was like,
Oh,
yo.
this guy's over here playing in the flight simulator while I'm chit chatting it up and giving you guys a
Yeah.
spill. So that's another thing. Simulators for RC cars, simulators for drones, planes, that's out there. Pacific Coast Hobbies has helped me grow in my passion for the RC environment that I love thriving in, which is mainly drones. And I am getting into RC cars more and more. Um, I got my first, I built my
Drift
first,
car.
yep, well, yes, drift car from Pacific Coast Hobbies. And then I jumped into the Tamiya TTO2 chassis, built my own rally car from there with a little bit of help from my previous manager, Mike. I'm giving him a shout out because I cannot leave everybody. I can't leave anybody out who's helped me along the way in some either little or big way. It doesn't matter who they are, you know. No matter who they are, they've given me a challenge, and I've overcame those challenges with um, persevering and trying to learn more. Uh, Aside from that, yeah, while going and growing through Pacific Coast Hobbies, I got it. I got in line with myself and said I'm going to try to get my drone license because that's something I was passionate about, and I definitely still am, and I have gotten it. After I received it, immediately afterwards, Iron Quad decided to sponsor me, so that's why I'm also giving them
Woo!
notoriety. Thank you very much. And from there, I know there's stepping stones still to be made. That's why it's an ever changing environment, ever growing. We all got to stick together in what we do. So I'm trying to work best with my sponsors and the job that I have and make things happen with that. I got to stop saying and this is just the beginning. Like I said, so we're
Yeah.
growing in our
Gotta
podcast and
stop saying.
exactly, exactly. We will have adjustments made for our microphone systems. We will have adjustments made for our camera lightings and all that crazy stuff. Right now, we're only doing so little with what we got, but it's working. We're working with what we got. This is just a
Yeah.
start, like I said, and we're making it happen. Anything, you know what? I'm gonna I might just throw the mic over to Panda because it seems like he's over there streaming, or excuse me, yeah, simming it up right now. So Panda, why don't you let the audience know what you're doing right now?
Oh, I was just at the simulator.
Okay.
I was flying, one of my favorite drones.
Mm-hmm.
I like little whoops. I was in the park, liftoff. Shout out to liftoff.
Yeah.
I love that thing, man. I'm doing micro droning stuff, and I was just doing ju- just a little bit of simulating. It's for practicing um, flying, technically. It gets you really technical with it. There is a lot of flight simulators out there. There's also plane simulators. There's different things going on. But going back to the subject, what Sean was talking about, when I first started with PC hobbies, PCH hobbies, um, it was sick. It's so sick to work there because you'll never miss out on new things that are coming out, especially with RC cars, drones. We're getting there. PC hobbies. We're getting there with PC hobbies with drones. You're gonna see a lot more things that are coming out with companies that are working with us here in PCH and also Ironquad. I don't want to talk about it too much, but there's this new thing that came out called the Explore HD. You guys are missing out. All the pilots are missing out. All the RC drivers are missing out on this
Mm-hmm.
Explore HD. So if you guys want us to give you guys a little bit of an example of what it is, we will work on that. We will show you guys a couple of videos. Um, we're
Definitely look
not just
forward to
gonna
that.
do,
Yeah.
yeah, we're not just gonna do podcast. We're gonna do vlog podcast
Mm-hmm.
things. We'll take you guys with us at all times of what we're doing. Um, what are new things coming out for drones and RC cars. I'm talking about new. I don't know about that Promoto, the new motorcycle.
Yeah, the new motorcycles that are going to be hitting the market. We do have some insider information because we are with one of the world's famous hobby shops, Pacific Coast Hobbies. Hey, let's go, let's go, let's go. What are we going to do
Yeah.
that? But anyways, yeah, Pacific Coast Hobbies is one of the world famous holly shops, hobby shops in America. I recommend you guys checking it out if you have not checked it out. But anyways, yes, Pacific Coast Hobbies, one of the most famous spots you can possibly visit. It's actually a
Hmm.
whole world of RC in one little building, as I like to see it as. And if you stop on by, you might see me or Panda working, and you can stop by and say what's up, and give us a shout out and let us know that you saw us online or whatever, and that you would give us, yeah, you can give us some feedback, let us know what you would like to hear about, or if you're gonna ask questions, we might answer them here on the stream or on our videos as we go along. And that is another thing. We do plan on doing some live streams here and there, and we may record those for viewing pleasure for all of our audiences to enjoy, all of our
Hmm.
pilots, RC car, and drone or airplane pilots alike. Um, Not getting too far and carried away. Panda, I got let's work on some questionnaires back and forth. Let me
Oof.
see. Let me see. I don't have any questions off the top of my head that I can think of, but I'm gonna just try to dig them up out of the grave of my mentality and see if I can dig out that void and see if we can start asking each other some questions about certain things. All right, this little section of the video, I guess we can start off with something nice and easy. Me and Panda just came up with a small list of questions we can ask one another and then we can answer it. And I know it might be repetitive, but there's more insight to what we already probably explained earlier in this video. So, Panda, without further ado, jeez, let's
All right.
start with the questionnaires. Today's questions are going to be about FPV. Panda, you shoot, and I'll answer, and I'll ask you the same thing, and then we can play along from there. Go ahead.
All right. The first question I got here. I can't really read in the dark, so let me put it right here. Well,
This
it says,
boy.
"How did you get into FPV?"
Good question. How did I get into FPV? I got into FPV because I have a very persistent father who was always asking me about drones, telling me if I should get involved with it. Reason being is because my dad is ex-military. He is ex in Navy intelligence, so he was a spy for the U.S. military in Vietnam. And over his course of his lifestyle, he has seen many things. And one of them, he said, if you're ever going to get involved with, that's what he told me, I'm ever going to get involved with anything in the future, get involved with drones. And sure enough, he kept telling me that. I say he told me that probably closer to like 5 to 6 years, something like that. It wasn't until like maybe 3 years after that I decided to just start getting into flight simulators. My very first flight simulator that I did get involved with was the Drone Racing League, and I started off flying on the Drone Racing League on an Xbox controller on my PC, and the simulator is only $10, but honestly, to me, when I first bought it, it was like $20, but now it's down to $10. And that simulator to me is worth $60 in my opinion, just how good it is. There are other simulators on the market. I do have a few more, but that one is the one I started off with for about 3 years, playing on an Xbox controller. I got pretty good with it. And then after I advanced a little bit further, I ended up jumping into the flight sim with actual drone, good drone equipments. Definitely Radio Master, hands down, to my research and knowledge and opinion. They by far have one of the best drone transmitters you can have in the drone community, because it's just all well rounded. Go ahead. Got
What
something to add?
controller is that?
This right here is the Radio Master TX16S Max. This is my first transmitter that I've personally ever bought, and I'm never, man, I love this transmitter. It was actually the red accents and gold, red and black, but I actually had bought two, the rose gold, and I mixed up. the switches on this one, and I did give that one to a friend so he can actually enjoy that one and get involved with
Which
FPV the
will
right
be
way.
a guest in the future here.
Definitely one of our guests in the future. He will be a part of that. Um, no names for now, but we'll talk about him later. From there, I ended up playing on the sim for three years straight. After that, working 9 to 5. I decided to take my regular 9 to 5 savings and said, you know what? Why not just get involved fully with drones? And
Hmm.
it took me about 4 months of research, literally day in, day out. I would sit there continuously researching. Where do I begin? It was like so many questions when you're first starting on in drones, and I don't want to carry it on too far, but this is a vlog. Excuse me, this is a podcast, so I guess we're going to try to make it very entertaining and knowledgeable at the same time. But yeah, 4 months of researching. Where do you begin? How do you begin? It's a well of information of questions for you. You're gonna be wandering in the dark trying to figure out where to start. Um, I recommend starting off on a simulator. That's my number one recommendation. Uh, but if you don't got a PC or you don't got an Xbox, PlayStation, whatever to play the sim, then your next best bet would be actual drone kits, something like this from Iron Quad. This is the first rendition. Now, mind you, mine is a little modified. You know what? Yeah, I ain't gonna show this one off. Oh yeah, I'll show it off. Forget it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Show that one. Show that one.
All
Show
right,
that
all
one.
right. So it
Because
don't
that's
come with.
what I'll tell you guys later.
Yeah. It doesn't normally look like this. I did modify my drone, but this is the Ace Pilot right here. This is where it all started for most of the pilots that I know of. Because if you don't got a simulator or if you don't want to stay stuck on your computer, stay indoors, you can go outside and enjoy the same exact experience with a mini quad as such like this, a tiny whoop, and it comes with a transmitter like this and a good set of goggles. Hold on, let me go grab those real quick. Actually, what am I doing? I got the other one right here.
The same
It's the
thing.
same exact thing right here. So it does come with a set of goggles just like this. And let me do this. And it does have an on-screen video where it would show the video of your drone. And trust me when I say this drone is possibly one of the best drones you can possibly get on the market. There is a newer version of this. I don't own that one, but I do have the Ace Pilot, the first version. The newer version has a much more sturdier frame. The flight dynamics are pretty crazy on it. This kit comes fully equipped with everything you need out the bat. You got the goggles, the remote, the drone, 2 batteries, and a charger, everything you need, and extra props ready to go. For $300, honestly, in my opinion, hands down the best starter kit that you can possibly get involved with from Ironquad. The Ace Pilot or the Zoomy kit and the IQ GPS, my bad. What was it? It's the IQ Apprentice kit from Ironclad. Those are definitely through the two kits you can get involved with the Zoomy and the IQ GPS. Damn it, I keep saying IQ GPS. It's the IQ Apprentice kit from Ironclad. Uh,
Oh, yeah, give
Definitely.
it
Yep,
out.
yep. Um, you start off there. You can go that route, simulator or real deal. But I decided not to go that route. I personally, let me go grab my drones. Okay. I started off with building my own drone. I did not want to, excuse me, with the mic slap. I did not want to start out buying a pre-built because I just know the benefits. After all the research, I just know the benefits of building a drone because if you don't know how a drone works, what's the point of even flying them? At the end of the day, you're just going to start just tossing them in the trash like nothing. You won't have a sentimental value. You won't know how they operate, if you break something on this drone, you won't know how to fix it. So I decided
Hmm.
to start off by learning how to build from scratch, and that's pretty much how I got involved with FPV. And from there, sky's the limit. Man, there's nothing like it. I'll just say that. There's nothing like it once you get started. So, yeah, that's how I got involved with FPV Panda. Now, I'm going to put you in the hot seat, sir. I'm going to ask you the same thing. Panda, how
All
did
right.
you, are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
How did you get involved with FPV?
funny story how I got into FPV. Um, my roommate, I won't name, I don't want to name him yet because he's gonna be one of our special guests here too. Um, but he's my roommate. We've been roommates for I don't know 4 years max. I recently just moved into my sister's. But anyways, how I got into FPVing is because of my roommate. He took me to PC hobbies, and then that's when I met
That's
Sean.
right. You were a customer. I forgot. Go on.
Yeah. So Sean said, "Hey, I have I have a Ace Pilot, blah 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 blah. You can start off with this." So I did, and knowing me, I would just nonchalantly just buy it on the spot. So I got into it, and then I came back and I said, "Hey, I need a better goggles." He goes, "Better goggles? You need a better remote." So I was like, "Okay, better radio, better remote." I was like, "All right, cool." And he goes, I have a controller just sitting around at my house and eating dust, right?" And I was like, "Okay, yeah, I'll give you a deal." Mind you, this I already had the Ace Pilot, and I'm having fun, having a blast, right? He goes, "I'll give you a deal. You buy this. What is it called? Oh, the Baby Hawk from
Yep.
Emax,
Baby
right?"
hog. Yep.
He said, "Buy this, and I'll give you the controller." And I was like, "Okay, sounds like a good deal to me." I bought the damn thing, and then I got this beautiful, beautiful controller right here. You
Yo,
guys
let's
can see
go.
that.
TBS
That's
Tango 2
it.
on the spot right there. That's crazy.
Yes, sir.
I
Yeah.
forgot I did that too. Not really, but I mean,
And
that's crazy.
that is the most expensive thing that I have now as a pilot. I also have, started building my drones, but most of my drones that I have is built by my roommate. He taught me how to build them. He taught me how to solder properly. He taught me how to do a lot of little things. But when you get into it, you break things, you know what you break and you know what to fix. But when it comes to tuning, he's good at it too. But sometimes I go to Sean, I'm like, "Hey, I need help with tuning. Um, yeah, that's how I got into FPV. And since then, I've been flying for what, 2 years now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Every Wednesday nights, Tuesday and Wednesday nights, we do fly out. If you guys want to see that,
Yeah.
we might
Yeah.
put it on there, but
We'll probably
you
post
know.
some footage from that for sure. We'll get more into
hmm
that. Moving along, we'll go on to question two so we don't, take too much of our time, but let's go. Panda, I'm gonna ask you this and then you can shoot me back
Oof,
with it.
go for it.
Panda, what's your favorite thing about FPV?
Adrenaline rush.
Mm, that's perfect right there.
If y'all know what I'm talking about, all the pilots out there, I love doing dives. Oh man, go up like a big, what is it, like a tall ass building or something. And you do a dive, man. You're gonna be in your seat doing what? You should be in your seat. You can't be standing up because you're gonna. What is that thing called? Vertigo,
Yep,
right?
that's some
You,
vertigo.
when
Yep.
when you get that vertigo, it's over, man. You're gonna be like, "I don't like FPV." No, sit your down first and figure it
Exactly.
out. Figure it out. I learned how to fly line of sight thanks to Sean for telling me that. He said,
Yeah,
"Fly line of sight." Fly. I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna fly line of sight." And
man.
next thing you know, there you go. I've been just doing my thing, and
Naturally good at
yeah.
it, by the way. I
hmm
might add, he's impressed me. I think I remember seeing him fly through a car window. That's another thing that impressed me when he flew through the car window, line of sight. And I remember that, and I was like, I was tripping off it. I was like, yeah, he did. He put in that work. Because I'll tell you
hmm
this. I'm not good at line of sight, but I can get there eventually if I really practice. But Panda took it to heart. He showed me what he can do. And sure enough, every single day I did like seeing that when they came back to the store while I was working there as he was a customer, they would come back with modifications with the Ace Pilot. And that's what kind of like inspired me more and more to get into the little tiny whoops. I didn't really like the tiny whoops at first, but because of them, they kind of drew my attention into it more and more. And I love my Ace Pilot. Of course, I haven't built my own personal one just yet, but I will get there.
Oof.
And
You're
yeah,
missing out
yeah,
because
yeah,
my old roommate now has a 2S
yep.
whoop, bro. Digital too. That's
Oh
crazy.
man, it's getting crazier. Yeah, that was your favorite thing about it, PV, the adrenaline rush. Go ahead, Panda. You can shoot me
hmm
with the same question if you want.
What is your favorite thing about FPV?
My favorite thing about FPV is the feeling of freedom, man. The,
mm.
the feeling of freedom when you hit the skies with your drone. You're just soaring, man. You're just out there in a floating, endless atmosphere of your direction, of your choosing, and you can just be out there coasting, man. It doesn't matter where you're at, what you're
What is
doing.
that one song?
What is that?
Fly like a bird, don't wanna
No.
fly away. I'm messing with you.
I'm thinking of fly like an eagle
No, 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 no. You're too
to the
American for that,
sea.
man. I can't.
Oh shit. Um, but yeah, it's the freedom of FPV. It's the freedom of flight. That's the
Mhm.
I guess you can contribute that to an adrenaline, but it's an adrenaline high. You know, it's a natural high that you get once you're out there and you're just kicking up nothing but um G's, Mach. What do they call it? When you're pushing the throttle? Yeah, Quad.Pdz right there. Love it, man. When you're pushing on that throttle and you're out there, something this is some just kind of like some tips and tricks, right? Here's some tips and tricks. Here's a little wisdom, not wisdom. What do they
Tips and
call?
tricks.
Yeah, tips and tricks, but also some. Damn, I'm gonna drop some knowledge on you. If you're
Mm.
gonna fly, right? Okay, because I see this a lot with a lot of our beginner pilots. They don't really I'm not gonna say they don't know how to fly. I'm not trying to say that at all. I'm just saying the essence of flight you have to keep in mind in order to avoid crashing as much as possible. The ground isn't your playground. The sky is. Everybody who's flying is used to being on the ground, or that are beginners that aren't really involved yet. But you just got to remember, you own the skies when you're up there. When you take off, when you hit the sky, don't think of the ground. Think of where you're at in the atmosphere. You know what I mean? Because everybody wants to fly down towards the ground. Why don't you just fly up where there's nothing but open space for you to do whatever the hell you want?
Go
It's the
ahead, Quinn.
euphoric feeling of flying. Euphoric feeling of flying like
Yeah,
like a
that's
bird
right.
or like a superhero in the sky. That's my main thing, my favorite thing
I
about
think of it
FPV.
as like Superman.
Yep,
When you're flying super fast and you're just
yep.
like, you know what I'm saying?
It's
Hey,
insane.
Flash can fly. Don't
Yes.
argue with me. Flash can fly.
All right, moving on to question three. Do I?
Question three.
All
Mm,
right,
mm,
all right.
mm, mm, mm.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good question right there.
Oh
Tell
yeah,
you
you can.
what.
Yeah, drop it with me. Go ahead.
Okay, this is a question for the legendary. It's gonna be how did you get sponsored by Iron Quad?
That's a good question. I did answer a little bit of that earlier on this video, but I will tell you right now. Um, I got involved with Iron Quad through Sam. Sam I am. That's who he is. Sam and Ricky from Iron Quad, two good, great people, the owners, the CEO, and the hardworking mechanic. I met with them and they learned that I knew about drones and they discovered like, yeah, because through me, they can sell products through the store because they have somebody on the ground who's knowledgeable, very knowledgeable on drones, and they can, someone like me can actually distribute that information very knowledgeably to our customer base. I'm probably just making up words at that point, but still, I'm educating a lot of our customers who want to become pilots. You know what I mean? Our novice beginner pilots who want to learn how to fly drones. I'm giving them the insight as much as as possibly can to help Iron Quad grow as a business as well as Pacific Coast Hobbies as in the drone department. So
Hmm.
I got sponsored by Iron Quad because of my due diligence, my efforts in selling their products and helping them grow as a company. And because I got my drone license, I showed them I was serious. And they picked me up right away and they said, you know what? We appreciate your hard work and effort, and we want to make you a sponsored pilot. So yes, I was actually I'm one of their first. I think I am their first sponsored pilot. That's crazy now that I think about it. Yeah, I
Hmm.
am their first sponsored pilot, and I'm proud to say that. Yeah, I'm proud to say that I'm sponsored by Iron Quad. So kudos to Iron Quad. Thank you for picking me up as you did. And now, a question right back to Panda. How did you get sponsored by Iron Quad?
Ooh, how did I get sponsored by iQuad? Let me tell you. You know that man on the other screen? Yeah, that's the guy. You know, he told them about me that I like to fly, I like to do this, I like to do that. I am very good at marketing things. I'm good at selling things. I can't sell you a pen though. You know what I'm saying? I can't sell you a pencil because I am bad at that. If you put me on the spot and sell me a pencil, I'm not doing that. No, I'm not doing none of that. Anyways, how I how did I get sponsored? I went to a couple of their they're not events, but I technically they are. I was on one of their YouTube. Shout out to Iron Quad. I'm kidding. Yeah, go look at Iron Quad's YouTube videos, and you guys will see me do my first video ever with them, which was what was that
El
when
Dorado, I think it
Explorer
was. Yeah, Explorer
Explorer
HD.
HD came out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's right. That's right.
we were at a different spot. We were somewhere far. I don't know
That
where we
was
were at.
Apollo 11 model aircraft field in
Yes.
that little
Yeah, we
park,
have a whole
Lake
bunch of
Balboa.
pilots there.
Yeah,
Hmm.
in Lake Balboa, we had a bunch of pilots flying out there with us.
Yep. So I got sponsored. I think when was this? Last month, right?
Yeah, last month,
Last month.
this month,
No,
this
yeah,
this
this
month,
month.
this month. Yeah, January. It was I think
Hmm.
January 20th or something like that. I
I
forgot.
think yeah, something like that. But he Sean was like, "Oh, let's go on Wednesday, whatever, blah blah blah." Right? He was trying to keep it a secret. You know what I'm saying? He was like, "Oh, I'm not gonna tell you. Just come with me. We're doing some things. Okay, we're gonna film blah blah blah." The next thing you know, Sam he put me on the chat, a group chat or something on Discord, and he goes, "Oh, fill this up." And I was like, "Oh," and he like kind of messed up, slipped, and said, "Oh yeah, just filled it up." And then I was like, "Okay." And I saw it on the what does it say on the top of the thing?
So what he's referring to, by the way, we have to do a resume, I guess you can say, just signing our profile
Mm-hmm.
information. That's basically what we were sent as sponsored pilots. We have a questionnaire to answer, and if you go on Ironquad's website and look at their sponsored pilots, you'll see us on there, and basically we receive a kind of a list to fill out before we can become a sponsored pilot. But yeah, he received
Yeah,
it, and Panda was struggling with that. But go on, Panda. Okay.
yeah. I was like, oh man. And the next thing you know, I wasn't able to fill it up because it wasn't working properly. But we got there, and you know, it was just like it was it was cool. It was a cool feeling. It was nice, but it was like, um, what? I got sponsored? Like, I already knew, but I didn't know if it was like real. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, yeah, I gotta go there. Next thing you know, Sam saw me. He goes, "Oh, hold on, wait a minute." Goes to his car. I got a piece of paper. I got a shirt. Sam, I need another shirt.
Yep, he
You know what I'm
definitely
saying?
needs another shirt.
Yeah,
That that large is not
I look
fitting, man.
I look like a goddamn burrito in a shirt. Okay. Anyways, I have my hat. It's the coolest freaking hat ever. I have stickers. Here you guys go. Let me show it off to you guys.
Yeah, there you go. Team pilot hat.
And
I
and
know
in
I
the
got my hat.
back, in the back says FPV in progress.
Big time. Big
Big
time.
time.
So when you flip it,
So
mm,
I'm a pilot,
yep,
sponsored one.
there you go. Sponsored pilot because of his due diligence in working and doing doing a good job. I think honestly I was trying to push that on him a little more because I said, yo, what did I tell him? I said, yo, if you sell this, I'll give you a lanyard.
Ooh, no,
Yeah,
the Explorer
yeah. The
HD.
Explorer, I
When it
bet you.
first came out, he
I
said,
think I dared him. You can't sell it.
"Sell this." I was like, "I know you can't sell this." He goes, "Okay, whatever." I sold like two of them.
This fool sold two in the first day. I was like, yo, chill.
First day
We
it came out, it was
we
gone. I
just
was like,
got four, and he sold two of them out the door. I was like, okay, okay, cool, cool, cool. I came back and said, here you go, bro. Just for that, boom, dropped him a lanyard. You get a lanyard, and sure enough, he showed that he was worthy of it. But more so, he got picked up not just because of his selling abilities. It's not just because he's a good salesman. He also got picked up because his abilities as a drift RC drift enthusiast as well. So yes, Panda is a drift RC drifter, and that's another big
but,
thing. Go ahead.
but I'm gonna put FPV into my drift car. What do you guys think about that? It's gonna be
Oh,
sick. It's
that's gonna be
coming out
clean. That's
soon.
gonna be clean. Yes, we will have some content for you guys in the near future. That's what I said. Look out for it. This is only just the beginning. This might be a little bit of an extended podcast, but we are making things work. Um, yeah. So that was question number three. So number four. Let's move on. Yeah, I think this is a fair, easy question. We'll probably fly through this one pretty quick. Panda, how many
Yeah.
drones have you built?
Personally,
Yeah,
two,
two.
because the other ones were Frankenstein, and I needed help with that one.
Okay.
The 5 inch that I had was built by my roommate, and that thing flies awesome. It was tuned by him, built by him. Um, you would always hear me talk about my
No, no.
roommate or
And you guys came to the
Sean.
store just to help you fix out the little intricate details that was messed up with
Yeah,
it.
yeah, 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 yeah.
The board was
Sean had to
flipped.
do. Sean had to do with it, you know.
I had to put my
But
little
anyway,
voodoo FPV magic on it. Go ahead.
half of the time Sean don't know what the hell he's doing. He just pressing buttons and he goes, "Oh, I fixed it."
That's 100% the truth. I don't know what I'm doing, but I figure it out while I'm doing it. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that was pretty crazy. That's that whoop, right? The I forget the frame, the diatone.
Diatone, yes,
Yeah.
Diatone. That was my very first build, and my second one was it wasn't a 5 inch. It was a 3 inch one too.
Mhm.
Oh, it was this one. This was given to me on Christmas. This frame right here was given to me on Christmas, and obviously it's broken. Sad face. It's broken.
We should buy the new arm and redeem that
Y-
one.
Yeah, the motor's still perfectly fine. Everything else is perfectly fine. I lost my antenna during the flight. Believe it or not, there's a backstory to that. Let's just cut it to short. A bird hit me. I didn't hit the bird. Bird hit me. Okay.
He didn't really hit a bird. A bird came out of nowhere and scared him, so he hit the tree instead. Anyways, from what I heard, they were just laughing about it because they couldn't figure out what the hell happened. Uh,
Yeah, I was just like, yeah. Like I was like, oh man. So
hmm
back to Sean here. How many drones have you built? You built like
Personally,
5 million drones. I'm
yeah,
kidding.
shit, I built a good handful. I think I lost count, but it's somewhere in the realm of at least 16 through 20 drones. I'll say 16 through 20 drones personally, but I operable. Okay, so let me go down the list. My first drone I built was a 6-inch drone. I bought an Amazon frame. I think it was an Amazon frame. I forget. I bought it somewhere.
He
It
built
was
all this drone. There's only two working. I'm kidding.
he ain't lying. Hey, okay, look. Seriously though, seriously. I built my first drone was a 6-inch quad. That was my favorite one because I flown that for 4 months before I finally crashed it. I had a great time learning on that. I filmed my first videos with that one doing nothing but analog footage. I finally got into uh, recording with a GoPro more recently, but that's probably my 10th drone down the line. Either way, my first drone was a 6 inch, and then after that, I took a break for 4 months. After 4 months, I crashed it. Took another 4 months break. Then I got into drone racing, and I built three identical frames. This right here is my racing frame from HGLRC, the Win 5 frame. Please, HGLRC, if you're watching this, I'm gonna tag you guys in this. I need you guys to make more of these because I love these racing frames. It's my first racing frame I've ever built, but honestly, I feel like I can conquer the skies with this if I really, really practice. There are plenty of FPV racing frames out there, but to me, what I saw on
Do
the
they have
internet,
like a freestyle version of that or no?
they do have a freestyle version of this frame, and it's a little bit different. It's might be a little bit wider or something like that. It might be the Y shape, the H shape, because there's X and then there's a
Mm,
H formation. I think they have an X formation if I'm not mistaken. But HGLRC sponsor me please with this frame because I love it. Okay,
I love how that that carbon fiber piece right in the center of those two.
yeah,
Yes,
these
it's
things
like
these
gives so much support.
These balancers are perfect. I love this frame. This is probably the sickest, craziest FPV frame I've built. Yeah, after my first drone, I crashed. Picked up another drone. Excuse me. I picked up another drone frame. It was the Stark frame. I don't know why you guys stopped making that, but that was from Get FPV, I believe. They stopped making that frame. I have that one frame left. I'm gonna try to mod it out and make my own custom version of it. But from there, I got into drone racing. I dove my head into it. I built three identical setups like this. Got some, what is that? Velox motors from T Motor, I believe it is, and a stack from Rush FPV, cameras from RunCam, and my VTX receiver is from Immersion RC Ghost. I love that system, but I only understand it's only so much you can do with it. So now I'm using ELRS. But I built bigger drones, two 7 inch quads. I'm not gonna grab those, but this is one of my 7 inch quad right here. The other guy's seen the other ones, the AOS 5 or 7, yeah, AOS 7, whatever it was. The other guy's seen that one. That's a pretty crazy frame. I have a good arsenal, but the only thing is I'm busy working, and I feel like I'm kind of like stagnant in the drone world for right now. But this year, I promise myself, I'm not gonna promise anybody else, but I promise myself I will pick it back up. I do want to get back into drone racing, and I do want to get more into freestyling because I don't freestyle, but I want to learn more about freestyling. I want to be able to do acrobatic, fun stuff. My first time learning drone stuff is like getting in the drones. I've only learned how to race. I didn't learn how to freestyle. So getting into freestyle would be my next biggest step. Building cheaper, fun freestyle frames just to have fun and crash and bash and all that cool stuff. But yes, question number 4 out the way. How many drones have I built? Definitely in the realm of 16 through 20. Could be a little bit more. I know I'm over $8,000 or more in drone debt, but it's not debt. It's a passionate love thing. But anyways,
That.
next question, Panda.
Ooh,
Should I ask you or should you ask me?
I should ask you a question.
All right, all right, all
I have a question for you.
right. Go ahead.
What does FPV mean?
Ooh, that was a sneaky question, bro. That was a sneaky question. I get you. I get you. What does FPV mean? It means VR goggles.
Yo, chill. Meta, sponsor us. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
No, all jokes aside, listen. Everybody who's anybody who does not know anything about FPV will always say, "Yeah, isn't that the one with the VR goggles?"
Goggles?
Yeah, is that the one with the VR goggles? Let's set the record straight here and now, ladies and gentlemen, pilots of our viewing base. It is not anything related to FPV, excuse me, to VR, not one bit. It is
Mm.
only straight up, this is what FPV means, first person view. First person view basically makes you the pilot, but it puts you in the front row seat of any vehicle that you are operating, drone, car, or plane, no matter what it is, you will be the front row.
Yeah.
Let's do this. But yes, don't forget these are considered vehicles once you are licensed, especially when you become a licensed pilot. But these are remote vehicles that you are in charge of that puts you in that perspective to command it. And you have to understand that, man, I'm getting too far into this question. What does FPV mean? It just means the first person perspective of any vehicle that you're commanding RC wise. Now, Panda, we don't need to ask you that question. I already answered it well enough. How about we jump to the real question? Winding down to the final question of our list, at least for today, for now. Panda, what is your favorite style of FPV?
Ooh. What is my favorite style of FPV?
You know
Hold on,
what?
I'm posting on
Instagram.
Quad.Pdz.
Oh, here we
Let's
go.
get it. You know what I'm saying? My favorite thing is freestyle. I like
Cool.
racing, but I'm not fast, and I need to work on my, reaction times because my shit suck ass. But
Hmm.
um, yeah, freestyle is, I think, freedom to a lot of the styles of FPV. There's a lot of people that like doing cinematic stuff. I like doing cinematic stuff. I can fly really, really slow. I can do it line of sight. I don't even have to like put my goggles on. But um why I like freestyle? Mm, a lot of like things you can do with it, you know. You can film, you can freestyle is where the platform is for everything technically, going out places and chasing cars and all that stuff. And I don't
Bando
know.
bashing.
Hmm?
Bando bashing.
Bando bashing. Oh my god, I love band. Oh, hey, I found a new bando. You guys will see that soon.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyways, if you guys are from this side of the area, this side of the
LA, pretty much.
U.S.
LA County.
LA area.
Thank you for tuning in to Quad.Pdz. We'll wrap it up with that final question for me and Panda. Shoot it while we make our exit.
Ooh, final question. Should I do the same question?
Yeah, why
I
not?
should do the same question. What's
Um,
the question again?
What's your favorite FPV style?
Final question of the day, of the night. What is your favorite FPV style, Sean?
My favorite racing. 100% pure FPV racing. I
He
love it.
sucks, though. I'm kidding.
I'm not that great. I won't lie, but I'm telling you this. I do want to get good at it. I love FPV racing. That has to be my genuinely favorite style of FPV because I think I just love that adrenaline part of FPV. I get it.
Hmm.
The freestyle flow part when you get to have the open skies is cool and all, but at the end of the day, man, there's a certain rush that you'll get from FPV racing that I don't think any other sport, other than Formula One and whatever adrenaline rushing sports have. It's just that pure rush.
We do have Formula RC
Ooh, Formula RC, yes. Ooh, we'll get into that later on, but definitely we're going to incorporate a lot of FPV and a lot of cool aspects of the RC world, and we will get to those as we go along. Ladies and gentlemen, pilots, thank you for viewing our first podcast here tonight in Southern California. We did our best to make sure we give you guys the best information and cool introduction to our podcast, Quad PDZ. Thank you for stopping by. Once again, I'm the legendary Sean, and this is my man,
Panda.
definitely 100% representing here for all of you pilots tuning in. Thank you for checking us out. Like I said, things will grow from here. Give us your insider feedback. Don't be ashamed or don't
Don't be
be
shy
afraid.
to ask
Yeah.
questions.
Yep. Ask
We'll answer
questions,
it for you
leave
guys.
comments. Please give us some feedback. It's going to help us grow as much as possible. You can email us, but I won't put that email out just yet today. But for now, you can hit us up on our social. Hit us up on Instagram. That's where we're majorly at right now. You can hit us up in the comment section below this video, or you can go to our Instagram and leave comment posts under our pictures that we may post, and just tell us, where we can improve, how we can improve, and what can we do to make us better in what we love to do. So far, so good, I believe, on my side of things. Panda, what do you think before we cut it
So
down?
far, so good for me.
Mhm.
I love this new start for the new year.
Mhm.
Um, Everybody just keep pushing forward. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take that out. Don't put pushing forward. Just keep flying forward.
Mhm. There you go.
The best way to do it is to fly up there. So, yep. There you go.
There you go. Our first podcast locked and loaded. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya. Peace.
Deuces, Panda out.
That's
Silly.
crazy, bro.
We just did it.
Yeah. That was tough. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm dropping everything, bro. All right. All right. All right. All right. I get it. I get it. I'm all hooked up over here. I do have my first beginner drone frame, but you know what? I'm gonna do this one. And cut right back into the action.